What is up, guys? Look at this thing. It looks horrible. This is from our ride from B&B off-road. Literally, when I got home that night, I pressure washed it off and then left it out here because it was going to rain a lot, and I figured maybe it would look a little better than this, but as you can see, that stuff is sticky. But today we're going to be doing some maintenance on this thing, so let's get to it. So first we got the oil change in a box. It's from Maxxis Racing Oils. It's really good stuff. We use it for our differential oil and our gear oil and stuff like that, so it's pretty good stuff. Now this is for the Polaris Rzr and Ranger, so it's got the oil filter in there too, so pretty good little option. And second, we got this air filter. It's a UNI. We went ahead and upgraded because the filters that come on the Polaris stock are just really not that good. They're the paper filters, and I really just don't trust them. So we went with a UNI, and you can always rewash this thing and re-oil it. So it's a good option to go with. And third, we got the Gates G-force belt for the Rzr. I've never run this style belt, but just to be honest, I see them all as about the same thing. They're all rubber. Now, I don't think any one of them's better than the other. I've never seen no drastic change in how long they last. But yeah, this one will actually be in a separate video because I don't want to have to do all these three things in one video. So we'll just stick with the air filter and the oil change kit. So let's open these up. Alright, so for the engine oil, we got the 10W50. It's 100% synthetic. And just to recommend stuff, I wouldn't change from synthetic if your machine came with synthetic in it, which I'm pretty sure all Polarises do. But yeah, I've seen some weird things happen with people swapping to different oils and stuff. I like to always keep it synthetic if it came synthetic, and then if it didn't, keep that same stuff. So the oil filter that came with this is a Pro filter. It's the PF198. And pretty cool thing about this is it comes with that nut on the end. So I don't think that Polaris, their stock filters come with those. So that makes it a lot easier to remove instead of having to reach your hand up in there and try to twist it. It's just horrible. So that makes it so much better. We'll take a look at this thing. It all looks good. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get the side by side and wash it real quick because it's super dirty, and I just don't like working or doing maintenance on anything when it's dirty. So I'll get that cleaned up and then we'll get to work. Also, another thing, we are filming right now with the GoPro 10 Hero. I just got it. So y'all tell me if it looks any different. It's supposed to be a whole lot better. I think right now I'm recording in 4K at 60 frames per second, so it should look a lot better and a lot smoother. So we'll see. But let's get to washing this thing. Alright guys, so the first thing we are going to do is change the air filter. Now, having a portaled machine, it comes up to about my chest, so I'm gonna have to find something to sit on or stand on. But yeah, I changed this filter the last time I changed my oil, so we're gonna see what it looks like, because if y'all remember seeing all that dust that came on the side by side that I just washed off, it probably got sucked in through there. So we're gonna see what this old filter looks like. So I'm just gonna use my cooler slash jack stand slash drink holder. But yeah, let's check out and see what this thing looks like. I'm gonna get some more light first before I take this off, because I don't know if we can see very good. Alright, so let's get this off. So it's gonna have 6 little tabs that you gotta pop off, and they're pretty easy. I just do them like so. Get them out of the way. Now that bottom one is kind of aggravating. Alright, so just looking at it, we got a little bitty piece of some kind of leaf, but it doesn't look horrible. So we'll pop it off. We'll wipe down in there and get the light. So it kind of looks a little dusty in there, so it's always important to change your filters. But yeah, always change your filters. It doesn't hurt to change them as much as you can. After a big dusty ride, I like to check mine, kind of blow it out a little bit. But this time, we're going to the Uni, so let's check it out. Alright, so Uni, you want to, before you install it, they didn't send any oil in the packaging, but I do have this K&N air filter oil. It's all pretty much the same stuff, so you can use that. But what you want to do is it's a 2-piece filter, which makes it better than the stock filter, which is just pretty much paper filter, and it's got this little metal around it to hold it in good. But yeah, you only get one step of filtration in that, and it's not really good. It does its job, but there's better. Now Uni, this top part cover comes off, and then there's another filter under it, but you want to take this one off, the red one, and saturate it in oil. If you don't know how, look it up, how to oil them. Everybody's got their different things, but I usually get it pretty good and oily, not where it's dripping, but you know, you want to saturate it pretty good. But yeah, so this comes off, so I'll take this off and get the oil in it. And also, you might get a little power gain with this. Uni has been proven multiple times to increase the airflow. So increased airflow means a little bit more horsepower. Are you going to notice it? Probably not. You're not going to notice it, but it will help it breathe better, so that's a good thing. And these filters are, you can take these off and clean them and re-oil them, and you can keep reusing them, so this is really good to have. So when I said this was a 2-step filter, this is what I'm meaning. Took this off, and this is up under, it's a more fine foam. If you can look up in there. But yeah, it's really cool. And another thing that I just thought of is it comes with a clamp to hold it down, and the stock Polaris filter doesn't have that. So say if you were to get bumpy, or you know, hit some crazy stuff and the air filter kind of broke loose from where it mounts up at, it could suck in some dust. So I'm not saying that that's possible, but I'm just saying it could happen. But yeah, really great filter. So I'm gonna oil this thing. I'm not gonna video that because I don't want to get oil all over my camera. But yeah, we're gonna oil it, and then I'll get right back to y'all. But before I go, all this stuff that I bought today, the oil change kit, the oil filter, the air filter, and the belt, which we'll be doing in another video, it all came from Butler ATV and Repair. So I don't have a lot of dealerships beside me. I live in Monticello, Mississippi, and the closest dealer is like 25 to 30 minutes away. But this guy, Mark Butler, has all kind of parts and belts and all kind of stuff, and he can order you anything and have it there pretty quick. So I went there today and picked this all up. So if y'all live in the Monticello area or close by, or you don't want to deal with certain dealers, just order your parts. And he can also do aftermarket parts and accessories and stuff, and he also works on ATVs and side-by-sides. So I'll pop up his name and number and stuff like that in this video, and you can check it out and hit him up. Alright guys, so we got the Uni back on, so everything looks good. We oiled it, we tightened up the thing to hold it on, and now we're going to put this back on. So this is the fun part. This is kind of aggravating to put this on, so I'll set up the camera so you can watch me struggle. Alright, so maybe, just maybe, we can get this thing on easily. So what I do is fold these little tabs all the way back. I think you have to have this one positioned just right to get up in there. And then you have to move this one over. Okay, we're getting it. Maybe not. Alright, I believe we got it on there, so let's start clamping down. See, I told y'all was going to be laughing at me when I was doing this because it's very aggravating. But it does seal up really well. So the most aggravating part is this heat shield right here that guards heat from the motor. And you have to have that one like perfectly in there to make everything else work right. And if you let that one slip out, then you have to pull it out and then redo it again, and it's just aggravating. But it is it does seal off very well. Alright, so now that we're done with that, let's get on to the oil change part. Now I'm not going to record everything, but I will record what I can without trashing my camera with oil. But yeah, so I'll show you where you drain it at. Okay, so you'll crawl under your machine from the rear, and you'll see that plug is an Allen wrench. I will get you the right size, but you're going to remove that, and then of course oil is going to come out, or at least you hope it does, because if you don't, you probably have some problems. But an easy way that I've found to get to the to the oil filter. I know some people come in from the side and try to grab it, but the easiest way is to come in and remove this little guard. It just pops right out, but then your oil filter will be right there, so it's pretty easy to get to. I know some people try to reach in there and cram their hands in there, but this is the easiest way that I've found. So we'll go ahead and get started, and we'll go ahead and drain everything out, and we'll get ready to put our filter and our oil back in. Okay guys, so the oil drain plug is an Allen head, and it is 6mm to take it out. No, it wasn't that loose. I just broke it before I started the video. But every time you do this, you already kind of know. Some people are really good at it, but you already know that you're probably going to get some oil on your hands, so I'm hopefully ready. Didn't do too bad. But we'll let that drain, and we'll put the plug back in. We'll be good to go. Okay guys, so while we wait for that to fully drain out, engine oil, putting it back in. Now some people can get confused by this and they might overfill it or underfill it, but Polaris calls for I believe it's 2.5 quarts or 2.4 liters, so each one of these is going to be 1 liter, so you want to do about 2.5 or a little bit under 2.5 and start to check it and see. We're going to go ahead and fill this engine back up after we put the plug back in, because it looks as if it is almost all the way drained out. So let's get started. And also one more thing before you go putting oil in your machine, make sure it is sitting on a level surface. You don't want to be tilted up or tilted down in the front. You want to be level so your oil will read correctly. So before we put the plug back in, we're going to come over here. We're going to take this oil filter out. It is the black circle if you can't see very well. I don't think I can video and do this, so I'm just going to have to reach in there and get it out. Alright, so that was hard to break. I did break it from the inside of the vehicle. I'm just going to come out here so I don't track any oil through my ride. But there she is. I'm out of breath. No nut on the bottom, and you can see I had to clamp down on that thing. But yeah, we got her out. So I can usually reach in with my hand and grab those and unloosen them, but for some reason that one had got extra tight. So I went and got these a few months ago, and they've worked really well. They bite down really good. But yeah, I think they're made by Channel Lock. Yeah, it's a Channel Lock number 209. So if you want some of those, they do work really well. They work on all kind of different sizes. They're adjustable. But yeah, we'll put this new filter back on, and then we'll be ready to put that plug back in and put some oil in this thing. So another thing that I've always done, and you need to do, is take some old oil or new oil and rub it on that seal. Get it on there pretty good. It just helps it to seal on there better. So we'll go ahead and put this one in, and luckily, very luckily, this one's got a nut that I can tighten it down with a wrench. So that'll make life so much easier when I'm going back off with this filter. So when you go back on with your plug, you want to take this new copper ring that comes in your Maxxis kit. Now it might not come with it with other kits or whatever, but ours do, so that's why we like them. I'll just replace this. There's going to be one on your stock plug that you just pulled out, so it's always good to replace them because they're just get worn and you don't want your motor oil to be leaking out. Alright, so remember 2.4 liters. We're going to dump 2.5, a little bit under 2.5 in there, and then we'll go down there and I'll show you where you check it at. So let's get to pouring this oil in. Alright guys, so I just checked mine. You'll see that right there. That's where you check your oil at. You'll just flip this up, you pull out, you'll check your level. I believe I got really lucky and poured just the right amount in because it checked perfectly. But I'm gonna crank it up, let it run for a minute, and then kill it, let it cool back off, and I'm gonna check it again because you do check cold. You don't want to check it hot. So we'll crank it up and check it again, and we'll be done. Alright, so we got it filled back up and everything's good. So as always, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I appreciate y'all watching. See y'all guys next time.